On this edition of Beyond the Bean on Air, we'll look at efforts to improve the biggest markets for U.S. soybean meal and oil, as well as the growing non-food uses for U.S. soy. But first, let's look at just a few of the ways your checkoff dollars keep working for you. Thanks to a United Soybean Board sponsorship, some educators now have tools for teaching about biotechnology. In early June, the educators met to field test the animal and plant biotechnology lessons, which aim to increase student understanding of biotechnology concepts. USB has also joined with the National 4-H Council to create the 4-H Teens Teaching Youth Biotechnology Program. So far, the program has trained 80 teenagers to design and implement biotechnology lessons for elementary and middle school students. The goal is to increase teen knowledge of what biotechnology is and bring to light career opportunities in the field. U.S. food companies are the #1 users of U.S. soy oil, so it's important to assure them that U.S. soybean farmers can provide a safe, sustainable supply. The Soy Checkoff did just that by giving representatives of major food corporations an in-person demonstration of some of the things farmers do to improve their sustainability performance. Representatives from Kraft, Sodexo, Unilever, and Kellogg toured soybean farms in Iowa, Illinois, and Nebraska. Whether you run a farm, a hardware store, a restaurant, or a large corporation, success requires the same thing: knowing and serving your customers' needs. The Soy Checkoff is taking this to heart. Let's learn more.
The United Soybean Board's new long-range strategic plan makes it clear soybean farmers are committed to the success of all of their customers, including their #1 customer, animal agriculture.
Poultry, pigs, cattle, and fish are the #1 customer for soybeans. They consume 98% of the meal, so it's very, very important for us to support that industry to make sure that we maintain and build our consumption. And the demand for our soybean meal is very, very important for the farmer's bottom line. One of the main things we do in communications is we have a program called Beyond the Elevator. And Beyond the Elevator is aimed to educating the farmers at how important animal ag is to them.
Animal feed manufacturers and poultry and livestock farmers are all in the business of looking for the most cost-effective protein source for animals. When soybean farmers do what they can to help animal agriculture thrive, they're actually helping maintain and grow the biggest market for their soybeans.
Beyond the Elevator is one of the first steps in making all the growers understand who their customer is and how important it is to be customer focused, so that as we continue to try to differentiate our products, they understand that the meal consumption is a primary source of their profitability.
USB represents farmers' interests by working with leaders in the various sectors of animal agriculture to learn how soy products can be improved to better serve these important customers. That involves everything from researching better feeds for all species to educating consumers about the importance of animal agriculture. For Beyond the Bean on Air, I'm Lisa Scramlin.
While animals are the biggest consumers of U.S. soy meal, humans are by far the largest consumers of U.S. soy oil. Here's the latest on what the Checkoff is doing to make U.S. soy oil more valuable to food producers.
Over the past few years, soybean farmers have lost a part of their market to competitive oils. But thanks to a new trait developed with the help of both industry and farmer organizations, U.S. soybean farmers can now meet the demands of the #1 oil customer, the food industry. To help recapture market share and address long-term demand for healthier edible oils, farmers are growing high oleic soybeans.
I want to be a part of regaining the market share, and I want to demonstrate to other farmers that this is important. Our beans do not end at the elevator. Our responsibility extends to the consumer, and we need to be aware of where our beans are going and what the need is of the end market.
High oleic soybeans yield about the same as traditional soybeans and can help U.S. soybean farmers gain nearly 4 billion pounds of soybean oil demand. That's the oil from about 341 million bushels of soybeans. Developing high oleic varieties has been the long-term focus of many groups, including the soy checkoff.
Well, when we talk about the checkoff and its responsibilities within the edible oil market and to those in the industry that are going to be using the oil, we have been very proactive in engaging them. We've been out there talking with them, working with them, explaining to them how this oil will actually be one of the better oils on the market, something they need to embrace.
For Beyond the Bean on Air, I'm Jon Butler.
While tending to the animal, ag, and human food markets for U.S. soy, the checkoff also funds research into exciting new non-food uses for your beans.
Petroleum isn't just the stuff that comes in barrels and creates gasoline for your truck. Millions of gallons of petroleum are also used every year to make foam padding for furniture and other uses. But now, thanks in part to checkoff-funded research, renewable soybean oil has become a substitute for petroleum oil in making many different products. And as consumer priorities increasingly shift towards sustainability and cost-effectiveness, manufacturers have responded by choosing soy-based options. According to USB figures, domestic use of soy-based plastics and foams has reached 122,000 metric tons annually. Some currently available foams feature as much as 50% soy content. Ongoing research focuses on increasing the soy-based content even further, with an industry goal of 100% incorporation of soy in furniture foam. Non-food uses for soy have grown steadily thanks in part to checkoff funding.
Every dollar that is spent on that helps on our return on investment, all the new things, and it's between $5 and $6, and sometimes even higher per year. So that helps. Any money we're putting in checkoff, the farmers are getting back that much more.
For Beyond the Bean on Air, I'm Rebecca Stephen.
Well, that's our show for this time. Thanks for tuning in and for your continued work on the front lines of U.S. soybean production. Here's hoping for plentiful rains, lots of sunshine when needed, and bumper crops this fall. We'll see you again next time.